Antoine, should trading AD be on the table?
Jenna, I was on the show last week, and we had this little conversation about the trade and what the Lakers should do. And I remember these guys and everybody on the panel laughing at me. Are you crazy? What are you talking about? Everybody going at me.
You're right.
Oh, all of a sudden, somebody from ESPN or somebody starts talking about Trey Anthony Davis. Now it becomes a topic again. Of course they should trade Anthony Davis. The Lakers have to make a decision.
Twan was on it.
The Lakers have to make a decision. The decision is right now. Are we going to, one, let LeBron James stay with us and be I would say a playoff team next year and let him break all the records? Or we can start this thing over, keep LeBron. AD's our biggest and our most valuable asset. We can get players back. We can get draft picks back. Whichever's on the table, the best deal possible, and start this thing over. That's what I think they should do. AD's got 3 years left on his contract. He's still one of the top 5 big men in this league, so his value is still very high, even though the injuries do play a part in it. But I'm pretty sure it's teams like OKC, Sacramento that will love to get an AD and give up some of that, and give up picks or give up some of their young talent, so they can be able to get a superstar, because they won't get a superstar in the free agent market. So if you're able to get a guy like AD, who's a top 5 big man, you would take that chance. But for the Lakers, right now, at the point right now, you have to give up AD because he has the most value on your team. Westbrook is playing his way out of all his value. And now you guys know how much I love Russell Westbrook. I believe he's, one of the greatest point guards ever. But for some odd reason, it hasn't clicked this season. We can get into that on a later note. But the Lakers should start with trading AD, of course.
Okay, so listen, Antoine, I thought it was ridiculous when you said it. I think it's ridiculous when my friend Wendy says it. I'll think it's ridiculous when anybody says it. Unless there's one circumstance in which I would consider doing what Antoine's saying. If LeBron comes to, I think Linda Rambis is the latest person in charge. If he knocks on Linda's office door and says, Ms. Rambis, I'd like to come in. She's like, yes, LeBron, go ahead. And he's like, I want you to trade me. If LeBron wants out, I think Anthony has shown us, as great as he can be, as the best guy on a team, showed us in New Orleans, there is a ceiling there. So if you are trading LeBron, then yeah, rip it down to the studs, trade AD as well. But Brew, if they're keeping LeBron, I think it would be categorically insane to trade Anthony Davis for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and 4 first-round picks from Oklahoma City. I know that, again, for some people, the 2020 playoffs were not one playoffs ago. They were one millennia ago. But the 2020 playoffs, Anthony Davis was 28-10 for the playoff run. His first 2 finals games ever, he was 32 points and 34 points. That wasn't, again, we talk about Kyrie Irving as this all-time great playoff performer. Kyrie hasn't had a great playoff run since 2017. Anthony Davis had one in 2020, and people act like it didn't happen. He's played 39 career playoff games, 20. I understand, Jenna. Right, that's one of the problems for the Lakers this year. I get it. But he's played 39 career playoff games, 29 of them, he's gone for 25 plus. I do not, if you are the Lakers, as long as you have LeBron James, you are not planning for 2025, 2026. You are planning for right now. And it is hard for me to find a trade that involves Anthony Davis going out that makes the Lakers more likely to win a title next year than if Anthony Davis were to stay, bro.
And Nick, I'm with you. I'm not even sure, though, I would trade AD if LeBron wanted out. Because I still, in AD, would have a foundational guy. And even if you look in New Orleans, they had a lot of issues in New Orleans when AD was there. One, guys couldn't stay healthy. Drew Holiday, Eric Gordon, everybody else was getting hurt. Okay, not just AD. And then when you gave him Rondo, Boogie Cousins, Boogie I know got hurt, then that's when they actually won that playoff round. So even if LeBron wanted out and we're somewhat starting over, AD is a great foundational piece. We know he's still young. And look around the league. AD isn't the only one that's gotten injured a lot. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Karl Anthony Towns, somebody you might think about trading AD for. He's had injury issues, 35 games a couple years ago. So we've seen guys that have been injured, Bam Adebayo. I could go on and on. All right, Kawhi Leonard. It's not just Anthony Davis. And if I'm keeping Anthony Davis, barring something unrealistic. Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, something like that.
Of course.
I'm keeping Anthony Davis because if LeBron is there, I've got 2 top 10, top 15 players, and that's my foundation. Those are guys also, Twan, top 10, top 15 with championship pedigree. No other team can say that they've got championship pedigree. Brooklyn, if you put Kyrie in the top 15. Philly can't even say that because they don't have championship pedigree. Now what you got to do is trade Westbrook. And I don't care if you trade him for 3 young, athletic, 3-and-D guys. No names. Guys nobody knows. But they're athletic. They can move their feet so they can guard on the perimeter. And then they can shoot threes. That's what you want. Look at Indiana. Is Indiana, they're terrible. Maybe they should start unloading contracts. Would they give up a Buddy Hield and a Malcolm Brogdon just for 1 year of Westbrook so they get that $47 million off the cap after next season? Then they can really start all over? They're horrible. They traded the minus Sabonis. So look at things like that. Last thing I'll say, Twan, about OKC and Sacramento. If I'm those teams, why would they want Anthony Davis? Because we've seen Anthony Davis be in a bad situation and force his way out. So what's to say he wouldn't do that in OKC or Sacramento? I want to trade. I'm not playing. Like, he's got enough money. So I'd be very leery if I were those teams trading for him. And if I'm the Lakers, we don't rebuild. They tried it. Lonzo, Ingram, it didn't work. All right, they go out and pilfer. They got Wilt from another team. They got Kareem. They traded for him. They went out and got Shaq as a free agent. Traded for Kobe. LeBron is a free agent. They go and they pilfer stars. They don't start all over with the draft. So no, I don't think they should be looking to trade AD.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, but this is the problem with that. You still have to put a supporting cast around LeBron James and AD. We tried that. You had those 2 guys in place this past season, and you went and got Westbrook, you got Melo, you got all these pieces around them, and you're coming up now, you're in the 11th spot. So you want to do that all over again. Listen, the success of LeBron James, when he's playing for championships, you have to surround him with shooters. Can you get 3 outstanding 3-point shooters around him that can only just shoot but also play defense? Think about what they lost. You have to put perfect pieces around LeBron James for them to have a chance to win a title. You can't just put anybody around him. We just saw that with LeBron having an MVP season, and they're still in the 11th spot. So, yes, you have to entertain trading AD. You just tried that with the foundation in play. You don't know. AD haven't showed you a commitment to staying healthy. I don't hear him talking about, I can't wait to get back on the court. And I love AD. He's from Chicago. I root for him more than anybody. But his lack of not wanting to be on the court bothers me. Everybody else rushes to get back on the court. He don't rush to get back on the court. He milks injuries for 15, 20 games. It's crazy. We need to get back on the court. And I'm not saying he's not hurt legitimately, but superstars want to get back on the court to make things happen. He never in the media saying, hey, I'm right away. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get back. I have a problem with that. So how many years are you going to keep doing that? He's going to lose value. So you got to take the chance while he's at his highest value.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.